Hello everyone and welcome back to Rogue Trader. In the last episode, I believe we finished the tutorial. We managed to gain control over the ship and now we became the Rogue Trader and now we have problems to deal with, and I tried to open the quest log or journal. Around these are the completed one. Okay, so we have a few quests. Mainly what we need to do is we need an engine seer for the ship and a navigator, so we can leave the system. Without these two individuals we cannot leave. And the new blood, crew losses suffered during the quality rate can be remedied on Rykad Minoris, and we need just people because a lot of our crew had died. I believe the report said 2000. And now this is the part when we can explore our ship. Oh, I like that map. I think I have seen this in one of the books, one of the RPG books. The Lord Captain's quarters. Okay. And what else we can see here? Lord Captain, the vessel stands the Lord Captain. Okay, that's not. No, we cannot go there. At least they cleaned up the bridge, pretty nice. Oh, we can see the space. That's cool. This game just looks great. Okay, cruise expanse map. Let's check out this. Whoa. Idira is a psyker diviner in the service of Rogue Trader Cornwall. Okay. The events of Warhammer 4000 Rogue Trader take place in a vast region of space known as the Chronos Expanse. This sector is composed of numerous star systems, many of which you will get a chance to visit. You will find yourself scouring the world in search of routes leading to new uncharted systems, discovering more routes as you explore the expanse. What you see before you is the map of one such system. Each star system contains objects you can interact with. Such objects are marked as points of interest. Move your ship to a point of interest, then click left mouse button to initiate the event or open the planet view. Not explored. This is the prison planet. I don't want an unidentified void ship. Don't want to mess with that. Okay, so these three quests are tied to Rykad Minoris. So I reckon we should go there, and this is our ship. Rykad Minoris explored. The guide, and here was New Blood, Machine Spirit, and I think we should go to Rykad Minoris to get the tech engines here. Oh, and the ship has hull integrity. The void ship's core structure hull integrity as an indication of the degree of damage the void ship has sustained. This damage remains after the battle is over and must be repaired. Use scrap to repair your ship and restore its hull integrity. So there will be space battles. That's very cool. Void ship management. Back to bridge. What's the void ship management? Oh, we can upgrade the ship. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is a really, really good game. Post. And we will have 5 more companions. What's that? Roads all macro cannons that were fired during the acceleration phase. And we can put ourselves in. No. Maybe it's skill based. We have officers here. Okay, I guess there will be a tutorial on this. So we're not yet finished with the tutorials, which is a good sign. Okay, but before we do anything here, we are returning to the bridge and chat with the people there. First of all, with the Boxmaster. A thin pale woman stands out among the rest of the crew. There is a thick bundle of cables coming out of the back of her skull and disappearing under her ceremonial garment, and you see the grate of quietly humming wax where her mouth should be. The woman sees you and bows her head in a respectful greeting. How may I serve you, Lord Captain? Oh, we can do that? I think we should do that. It's just after the attack. Connect to me the vessel's main channel. I wish to bolster the morale of my crew. Oh, it was a fellowship test. Oh. The Voxmaster nods obediently and presses several switches on the device she is holding. It is done, Lord Captain. You address the crew with a rousing speech and hear your voice roll through the ship, reaching even the normally quiet corners of the vessel. When the broadcast ends, you hear distant shouts of approval. That will be all for now. I live to serve, Lord Captain. Adelard, and he's still wearing the helmet.
Lord Captain?
Adelard surveys you briskly but meticulously as though he is inspecting you for shortcomings. Then he offers a courteous nod. Let's talk about things that may be useful to me as the rogue trader.
A noble aspiration, Lord Captain. I am ready to acquaint you with all the particulars that interest you.
Outline the situation in the Conus expense for me. What do I need to know and keep in mind?
This is a topic for an official briefing, not a casual conversation. But I will try to answer succinctly. And if you permit, in my own words, the Coronis Expanse is considerably removed from the heart of the Imperium. This means that local warp routes become useless within months. Established pathways are regularly subject to attacks from all kinds of rabble. And in the only major port, the Imperium's frigates find themselves moored alongside pirate vessels. Until recently, the Coronis Expanse could hardly have been called a region of the Imperium. The situation has changed with the arrival of the Lord Inquisitor, but not by much. This place operates under its own rules, you see. More radical, so to speak. But ones that allow for a non-standard approach where there is a promise of victory. The Coronis Expanse is considered rogue trader territory for a reason. Only rogue traders have sufficient military might, audacity, and the rights granted them by the warrant to survive the leap into the unexplored part of the Expanse, and in the event of a successful outcome, to hold on to whatever they manage to capture on the frontier.
What are the main players I need to be aware of in the Coronis Expanse?
In the first instance, you should treat official representatives of the Imperium with respect. The Expanse may be on the fringes, but it still numbers among the territories of the Golden Throne. The arrival of the Lord Inquisitor has turned the Coronis Expanse into a less wild and uncontrolled region, to the regret of some individuals who had grown inured to the local lawlessness. Rogue traders such as yourself are also servants of the Imperium. They have been accorded special rights and powers. They wield immense authority within their territory, and they enjoy absolute respect in other parts of the Expanse. The most powerful of them are Caligos Winterscale and Incendia Bastal Chorda. Tread carefully when dealing with either of them.
Have you had to deal with Caligos Winterscale?
If we are to speak of unclaimed territory, which is what Footfall is, among the scum that dwells on that handful of asteroids, there are 3 factions that wield considerable influence in the sector. The first is the Kazbala Commission, organized crime in its most primitive form. It holds sway over the Liege of Footfall, and has links to rogue trader Winterscale. The second faction is an offshoot of our shining ecclesiarchy, followers of St. Drusus. They are actively building their forces, and hold influence over rogue trader Chorda. And finally, the third faction, the Explorators, a wing of the Adeptus Mechanicus. They are willing to die and kill for the secrets of the ancient technological heresies that are hidden among the stars of the Coronis Expanse.
Conrad, our previous Master of Whisperers, what can you tell me about his betrayal? What do you think he will do next?
You know, Lord Captain, I am no admirer of fine art. But when we next find ourselves in a civilized port, with time to spare, I will promptly find an artist and commission a portrait of the individual to whom you refer, with a hole between the eyes. Conrad Voigtveer. That he committed his treachery and escaped with his life was an unforgivable oversight. We both served Lord Captain Theodora for many years, and we never saw eye to eye. He was brash. He was never afraid of assuming responsibility, and he willingly took on difficult tasks. I am loath to admit it, but the von Velatius Protectorate continues to reap the fruits of his labors to this day. His service always garnered my respect. But everything else about him made me want to wring the neck of that two-faced snake. If you are taking comfort in the thought that we will hear no more of Conrad, prepare to be disappointed. You thwarted his plans, his meticulously plotted and nurtured treachery. He is sure to attempt to strike at you, and he will use his contacts and knowledge of the Protectorate to do so. The only question, Lord Captain, is whether you will be able to anticipate his next steps.
That is all for now.
As you wish, Lord Captain.
I would like to know more about my seneschal.
As you wish, Lord Captain. What would you like to know?
Do you have a family?
I am a widower. I am a father of 4, and if my information is not outdated, a grandfather of 11. My family lives on Dargonus. None of my children express any eagerness or aptitude for serving aboard ship, and I would hardly have insisted that they follow in my footsteps.
Tell me about yourself. What were you before you became Theodora's seneschal?
I used to be an officer in the Navis Imperialis. No, there used to be is not quite right. It was not simply a job. It was my calling, the essence of my life. I was proud to serve Lord Captain Theodora, but in my heart and mind, I'm still an officer of the Imperium. I met Lord Captain Theodora on a mission where the Imperial Navy was providing reinforcement to the rogue traders' army on one of the frontier worlds. Our acquaintance was not easy. Working with people outside the Navy hierarchy has never been my strong suit. It was to my great surprise then, that after the mission's completion, I received a referral to leave my service in the Navy and join the rogue traders' personal council. It was a difficult choice for me, but I saw in the offer a chance to serve the interests of humanity even more effectively than in the Navis Imperialis. You do not need me to tell you just how remarkable a person Lord Captain Theodora was. I recognized her at once as a true leader and formidable creative force. One who had built a protectorate amidst the dangers and wildness of the Expanse.
Leaving the Imperial Navy is far from easy. Why were you permitted to quit your post?
You could say there was no one among the naval command who was willing to impede the wishes of the rogue trader. To do so would be to risk their own position and their relationship with Theodora. Well, the Lord Captain possessed certain contacts in the Imperial Navy. Contacts which she used to request help during the conflict on the border world. And which enabled her to make me an offer that resulted in my joining her retinue. The Navis Imperialis is an ancient institution with its own mandates and muster lists. On occasion, in the heat of an official briefing, or an informal discussion, I violated those rules, determined to press my point. It is challenging to choose the words to accurately express my opinion on a situation or the actions of others that do not sound overly scathing or confrontational. Many in command were inclined to view my manner of speaking as unbefitting a person of my rank.
And we got experience for hearing the backstory of our companions. That's something new. And I very much like it. The way you talk about Theodora, I am beginning to think you were in love with her. I don't think it's not love, it's admiration, but let's ask him.
What? Lord Captain, any allegations of improper feelings or unsanctioned relations are utterly baseless and bordering on the insulting. Utterly baseless.
Maybe something to it. Thank you, I have no more questions.
Of course.
I must take my leave until next time, Seneschal.
Lord Captain.
And now I feel encouraged to talk to our soothsayer. A tall middle-aged woman stares straight ahead, her eyes vacant as she rubs the implant at her temple. Her collar is undone and one of the clasps is on the verge of falling off. Sensing your presence, Idira turns her head toward you and offers you a cruel smile, even as her eyes looking right through you. Did you know Theodora von Valenkius well?
None of the officers knew the Lord Captain well. Not even Adelard, and she was always closer to him than anyone else. She told me from the off that if I ever listened to anything in the warp about her without her permission, I'd be going out through the airlock. I'm not an idiot, so I never stuck my nose where it didn't belong. Only when I was asked. It's hard to wrap my head around the fact that she's gone. Lady von Valancius gave me everything I have. She opened the stars to me and the paths between them. I still think I can hear her voice.
Where do you come from?
Lyra, an outlying world in the Heathen Stars region. In the Coronis expanse, the deeper you go, the less visible the Astronomicon gets, and the less people know about the Imperium. The arrival of a rogue trader is the best thing that can happen to a world like that. The very best.
Tell me about Lyra.
It's an out-of-the-way planetoid between two faint stars. On Lyra, a dozen local tyrants fight over 5 measly continents. But they use everything they can to win, from poison to psychers. I haven't been there in many years, but there's nothing for me to miss. Trust me. But here on the ship is a different story altogether. I saw more wonders in my first year serving Lady von Valancius than I'd seen in my whole life on Lyra. Like my first journey through the warp, I was in bed for 3 days. I felt like supernovas were exploding in my head. I only found out later that I'd gotten off easy. Just through the bulkhead, in the bay next to mine, a whole team turned into... Look at me rambling on, Lord Captain. Pay no attention.
You never finished your story about your first time crossing the warp.
It wasn't like it was a very fun trip, Lord Captain. But look, if you want to be entertained, I'm the woman for the job. I'll entertain you with one of the stories from my collection, no problem. But if you want to hear about the time I melted everyone in the bay next door, well, I just don't really want to go into the details on that one, all right?
Ah, I see. So she lay there suffering, and during that time her powers did that. That's rough. What did you do before you came to be on the ship?
Oh, I embroidered wall hangings in honor of our national heroes. I did the same thing I do here, Lord Captain. Divining. Our rulers prized the ability to see into the future. Every psyker that could be found was worth a small fortune on Lyra.
Yeah, and I guess they are unsanctioned.
There's no such thing as a peaceful life on Lyra. People like me were especially sought after. They'd pick psychers up wherever they found them, buy kids off their parents, even just abduct them. Take me, for instance. I got taken from my street gang. The older kids sold me when they noticed there was something off about me. The ruling dynasties had schools where they trained us and beat us black and blue. And then they packed us off to serve. Some of us held on for a long time, but others didn't last. Not everyone's as smart and talented as me, you know. Some people crossed the line and were out of commission before their time.
Idira looks at you exceptionally, expectantly. Then, as qualifying, she uses her hands to indicate a head exploding and laughs. How did you end up in the Rogue Trader service?
Theodora von Valancius paid a visit to the ruler I was serving at the time. I don't know what the visit was for, and it's no business of mine anyway. I can still remember the way the voices in my head changed when I looked at her. They were practically screaming. She had so much behind her, and plenty ahead of her too. As I gawped at her, all of a sudden I heard a whisper. A hint, a suggestion, nothing more. But I know the difference between idle chatter and a real threat. I seized my chance and approached Theodora. I managed to whisper a couple of words in her ear before the wardens dragged me away. They beat me and locked me up. No wonder. It wasn't my place to converse with outsiders. And then Theodora's people came for me. They broke down the wall, butchered the guards. Also, I could tell them my warning in full. So I said the rest, but I didn't want to go back to my old life. And so I entered the service of the von Valancius dynasty.
Have you ever been off the ship?
A few times. Not many. And if I think about it, why would I want to? I've got everything I need here. All the whispers I hear are familiar ones. They almost feel like family. And if I want to hear about the nightmares off the ship, I can, after some amisec. But don't go getting the wrong idea. If I have to, I'll follow you to the edge of the galaxy.
Let's talk about something else.
Of course, Lord Captain.
Idira, about your abilities.
What are you talking about, Lord Captain?
Yeah, that's what I mentioned. Well, that's what I meant when I was wondering about if she's not a sanctioned psyker. Okay, I guess I have to ask her this because we will meet an Inquisitor sooner or later, and if we have an unsanctioned psyker on our side, that could cause trouble. If it's just minor trouble, then she will be detained and put on a black ship and send it to Terra as a sacrifice to the Emperor. And if we don't get punished, that would be the cheap price.
Look, Lady Theodora couldn't care less if some eggheads measured my brains or not. It's not about the seal on your forehead, get it? It's about what's in your gut, if it's rotten or not. My gut's stronger than the adamantine on this here ship. And my implants are better than the ones they put in you on your Terra. If they weren't, I wouldn't have lived as long as I have.
Things are strained between you and Argenta, isn't that right?
The little sister is afflicted with her own set of voices, ones that whisper to her about corruption and heresy. The silly girl doesn't realize that if she wants to find the source, she needs to start by looking in her own head.
I would like to hear your augury, Idira. What awaits me in the future?
All right, let's hear what they're whispering about you.
Idira laughs and rubs her hands together and suddenly freezes with a vacant smile on her face. Her head slightly tilted. You feel goosebumps appear on your skin and your collar begins to waver every so slightly, as if moved by a breeze from a half-open door.
Seek not on firm ground, but in a golden hall suspended in the void. There waits a child without kin, but with a name blind to truth. She draws the brush across the canvas and does not notice that her palette is full not of paint, but of blood. And with each smear, this well does not deplete, but fills and fills up to the brim. One thing is clear. When this vessel overflows, none will remain unstained. Among the blind men and false prophets, a red-robed sage seeks the answer to a question. He does not know that it is not the answer he must seek, but the question that will draw everything into focus. Will you help him, rogue trader? But mark that sometimes ignorance is sweeter than oblivion.
Inquisitors usually have red robes.
A chained hound chases after glimmers of the aurora, but sparks in the scent of oil confound his nose. The chain trails after him. What will happen if you pick it up? Will you become his master? or merely another beast in the pack of his true lord.
I think she's talking about the space wolf.
The glow of dawn bursts forth from its prison. Dungeon walls cannot contain the dark essence wallowing in the dust. A naive cub pushes his nose into a familiar hand, one that holds death in twisted glass. Cherish it or cast it off as a burden. The sword of change has already been raised. What is one more life to it?
Interesting. And if it's about our companions, from the poster I know there will be Mechanicus, and they are also wearing red robes, at least those who hail from Mars.
I'm sorry, Lord Captain. The voices are going wild. I can't make out a thing. I'll try to rein them in somehow, but for now...
Okay. What's it like being a psyker?
Lord Captain, forgive me, but it would be like talking to a person born blind about colors. I could spend hours explaining, but it wouldn't make any sense to you. Every psyker feels their connection with the warp in their own way. One person might see spots and shadows out of the corner of their eye. Another feels fingers running down their spine. As for me, I've got a door in my head. One that's open just a crack. There's no way to close it, no matter how hard I try. I've just had to get used to the whispers from the other side. When I need to use it for work, I listen in more closely. But I usually just try not to notice it.
How do you live with this whispering in your head? Well, that's an important question, because we almost ended up like her.
Training, habit, and a little amasec and a couple other things you can get on the lower decks. If you put all those together, it makes things bearable. Sometimes I even wonder if I'm imagining half the voices I hear. You know, when life on board gets a little boring. Better than listening to the living, anyhow.
What would happen if your door burst open?
Well, if the door opens, that means somebody's planning to come in, right? But screw them. They're not coming through. Trust me. I know how to keep my valuable head locked up tight.
Aren't you afraid of losing control?
Only losers who are afraid of their own gift lose control. Or idiots who never figure out what they are before it's too late. Or little kids who want to play around with their shiny new toy. If you don't know the limits of your abilities, or you're always bouncing around in your own head, that's a recipe for disaster.
Can you see my future?
All right. That's what I'm here for, after all. So, I'm just going to lean on that door in my head a little more, prick up my ears, and listen to what the warp's got to say about you. If you'll allow it, I can listen right now.
Sure.
All right. Let's hear what they're whispering about you.
Idira laughs, rubs her hands together, and suddenly freezes with a vacant smile on her face, her head slightly tilted. We already read this. And now I know what the half-open door meant.
I'm sorry, Lord Captain. The voices are going wild. I can't make out a thing. I'll try to rein them in somehow, but for now...
Okay, I must take my leave. But
Of course. Always at your service. Whenever you need me.
Okay, let's try to find the sister, but she may not be on the bridge. Because our Psyker has place on the bridge, the Seneschal absolutely has place on the bridge. But our guest Sororitas has no place on the bridge. And I also want to explore the ship as much as we can. I guess this is my pipe organ now. And we can look out of the window. I wish there would be a place to look out. The bookshelves are packed with ancient books, piles of papers and tomes, many of which look rather worn. The light glinting of the polished skull of some unknown Xenos makes it seem like the bony face is mocking of you. Let's check the vault. That, oh, okay. The ticking of the clock is too quiet for its bulk size. Oh, we have a snap paper. Shine of Remnants. Oh, this is the credits. There are no titles. Interesting. Yeah, that's why there's the all cat symbol. Well, to be honest, I never heard of all cat before this game, but they certainly put themselves on my map. Liturgies of the faithful of his word and name. The text below is solemn. Heading looks noticeably faded. It appears that the prayer book has been kept on this page for a very long time. This fine sculpture made from a strange metal seems to absorb any rays of light that fall upon it. Then we just couldn't see it if that were true. If it absorbs the light, then it can bounce back off. It's basically would be a black hole. The glinting of the displayed weapons is mesmerizing. You have never seen many of these articles before. Oh yeah, we have a lot of weapon here. That's the Melta pistol. That's some Eldar stuff. That's a Thunder Hammer. Melta gun, again something Eldar stuff. It's a heavy bolter. Blades. Grenades. That's a chain axe. I would love to grab something out of it. The position of the pieces on the board suggests that this game of regicide was interrupted The winner was never determined. And that's the regicide table. I would love to know the rules. But I think it's just a chess in the 40k universe. Goods. Unfinished letter. His charging is irrelevant. Voidgear's mistake cost me too much. Years of work, tremendous resources, all wasted. He has failed at what he was supposed to be irreproachable at, uncovering spies, and this one was a senior officer. I am not about to discard him. Conrad was served me for too long for his removal to go painlessly for the Protectorate. Besides, he is no fool. He could not have seriously expected to become the next in the von Valancius line when his skills and talents as a master of whisperers are so valuable. Let him disinheritance serve as a humiliating but instructive lesson from which he may yet learn. I don't... Oh, this is the letter. Okay, then we're picking up this as well. Let's read this one. Esteemed Theodora, a change in circumstances has demanded your immediate assistance in our mutual cause. Forthwith upon receiving this letter and performing the necessary preparations of the crew, you are to depart for the Rykad system. One of my agents, Interrogator Henriks von Kalox, operates there at the present time. Upon your arrival in the system, you will without delay make contact with him and offer any assistance required of you, after which you will provide him passage to the Furibundus system aboard your ship. On footfall, the interrogator will remove himself from your presence to await further instructions. Anticipating any questions you may have, I will stress that the nature of Interrogator von Kalox's activities on Rykad Minoris is no concern to you. If required, von Kalox himself will disclose the details of his mission. May the Emperor's light be with you. Okay, I think we will go to the Rykad system. Because it doesn't matter what happened in our ship, we still cannot ignore the Inquisitor's request. Besides, the mission log says we can find an engineer there who can inspect the ship. I'm worried about that more than the navigator at the moment. Beyond the stained glass, the distant stars glimmer in the darkness of endless space, filling you with an odd sense of dread. And maybe wonderment. I don't know. What's that? Along the dice of these fierce monsters, forever captured in the fear and pain of these final moments. What is that? Oh, that's the eye. Okay. The water's calming murmurs and the warm steam feel inacceptably deceptive. A moment of weakness and rest promises nothing but danger. And they have skulls even in the bathroom. Is that a water pipe? I mean the one you smoke? Yeah, it looks like. I guess that's the mini bar. Yeah, there are a lot of bottles there. Okay. And we arrived, I believe, from there. But now there's a wall. There's some loot here. Yes. Correct data slate. The final transaction with the charities are complete. The Fire's Reckoning is now fully equipped. The object has been loaded aboard with the containment intact and placed in the forebay to ensure maximum contact with the target. Coordinates set and received by the bridge. Target's estimate time of arrival in the system. The Fiery Reckoning is crewed by servitor. If chances of the ship returning are minimal. Estimated. Interesting. It's a bit disappointing that the map shows the loot. I hope this is only true for our ship. Okay, now it's time to move on. We go to Rykad Minoris. Oh, we can move anywhere we want to. I see. Sargent is one of the best adapted storytellers, sometimes publicly referred as the daughters of the Emperor. Furious in both battle and prayer, the young warrior yearns to bring light to the dark corners of the Kronos expanse. Argenta traveled on the voice of Theodora von Valancius. On the fateful day when the vessel was attacked by the servants of chaos, she joined the future Lord Captain and helped repel the attack. The sister proved herself to be both a dauntless warrior and a reliable comrade in arms, ready to destroy any enemy. As the ship makes its way through the star system, a strange fatigue falls over you. Your eyelids grow heavy and the quill you have been using to draw up yet another order falls from your hand. You raise your head with a start. Someone else is there in your study. You stand up and stare at dozens upon dozens of corpses surrounding you. Among their number, you recognize the disfigured and bloodied faces of those who died on the ship bridge and those you met in your previous life. How this is possible? Where are the enforcers posted to stand guard? It matters not, you are alone against a horde of heretics risen from the darkness to take your life. As if of its own accord, the shard lying on the edge of the desk, the sole remnant of Conrad Voidgir's weapon slips into your hand. The metal is searing cold. The death sway from side to side, closing in around you in a nightmarishly slow advance. Stop, I did not wish for any of you to die. The dead remain deaf to your words, creeping ever closer with the inevitability of death itself. You belatedly realize that your trembling hand has found a shard when its razor-sharp edge cuts into your palm. An unbearably bright light fills everything around, and you will find yourself surrounded by groveling minions, their bodies shivering in your mere presence. Your hands no longer hold a pitiful shard, but a majestic and intricate weapon. A skillfully crafted sword with strange, unnerving proportions, A curved design and an unusual hilt adorned with the image of a closed eye. The eye opens wide, revealing a gaze so ancient and dark that it steals your breath away. You have felt this gaze before, there on the bridge, and the voice that appears in your mind only confirms your guess. The tapestry is woven, the path is chosen. Accept your fate, champion. Throw the demon blade away. Never. Your body refuses to obey your mind. The handle feels as if it has become one with your hands, and the gaze of the demonic eye sets your very soul ablaze. Resisting your fate is futile. You scream as you feel the soul burn away to ash. You awaken from the vision kneeling next to your desk, clothes drenched in sweat and with a sour taste on your tongue. Your head is ringing and you struggle to recall those faces and the image of the sword in your hands. The only deep cut on your palm and the bloodied shard lying on the floor remind you of what just transpired. You would rather die than touch that thing again, so you reach a shaking hand for your box and call for a servitor. Now you just have wait for the mindless autonom to arrive, pick up the cursed artifact and head for the nearest airlock to be claimed by the void. Yeah, I would have done it before. There was no point holding on to that. Yes, we may fail the quest, but that wouldn't be a good thing. At least not with this character. Let's check the status on the bridge. Did we arrive? Yes, okay. Let's ask him.
Lord Captain. Lord Captain.
Did he just did the sign of the Aquila?
Lord Captain. Lord Captain.
No, it's just a salute, okay. Let's check the Kronos expanse map. Okay, we are here. So, can we do something with... Ah, I see. So, that happened during the route. Okay, begin scan. Okay, there's a starport. Now let's go there. Yeah, these are the party members we can select. And now it seems we can have six people big party. Okay, we have a few quests here. We have to search for the Inquisitor's man, the interrogator. We also have to find an engine seer and find replacements for the lost man. And for that we have to negotiate with Winter Scale. I believe the rogue trader name is, well, not him, but the governor. So we can recruit men. Whoa! Something is happening here. The starport greets you with the din of ordnance and the smell of explosive tickles your nostrils. It is difficult to tell, though, the smoke who is firing at whom. Among the cracked rockweed and bent palasti, you notice a man in the warden's uniform. He stares at the gleaming gold of your shuttle in surprise. Did the governor send his personal guards? No matter. What are you standing there for, meat? Are you waiting for the rebels to bless your bucket again for good measure? The skies over the capital are blocked by enemy fire, and all area traffic has been halted. What pest gave you clearance to deploy? Ha! By all the saints, I'm Sergeant Magar, and your lot report to me now. Straighten yourselves out and drag your arses after me. I'll map out a defense sector for you. By the end of his trade, the sergeant's voice grows quieter as his eyes focus on your expensive gear. Adelard turns purple. By the Holy Throne, what is this mess? Idira glances around. They are in a rough spot, old man. Go easy on them. I am Rogue Trader von Valancius. Give me a status report. In this instant. With a mixture of awe and terror, his naps to attention, raises his freshly cut chin like an exemplary soldier and barks. My mistake, sir, at once. The starport is under control of the governor's wardens. Perimeter commander is Sergeant. A frag grenade explodes, cuts off the rest of the sergeant's words. Shrapnel flies everywhere with a piercing screech. One of the soldiers falls to the ground, clutching the remains of his forearm, and is now adorned with crimson tatters. Blood is pouring out of the stump, and the soldier's agony is short-lived. The sergeant curses and hastily says an army prayer for the dead. With a rasping cough, the sergeant turns back to you. Pardon me, sir. Sergeant Lasse Malga reporting. My unit is holding the starport on the governor's orders. How may I serve you? You are holding the port? You call that grenade explosion holding the port? What is going on here? Unrest, sir. Armed rebellions in both the capital and the provinces. First the lower levels sparked, then it went up the spires. They hit the Vox hubs, the arsenals, the mech train stations. My unit was here when it all went the Groxes. The tech priest linked to satellites reported sightings of strange void ships in the system. They were orbiting the star until one of them set course for landing on Rykad Minoris. The gunner took precautionary measures in order to increase security at the key facilities. Everyone knows that whenever something is not right, you better double the warden details. The alarm was raised and we were set to secure the starport. It's the only reason we were able to hold it. Huh. Is this Conrad's rebel who arrived here? There is fighting in the capital, but we're holding strong, giving no quarter to the rebels. The Emperor protects. The sergeant was brimming with daring confidence. What caused this rebellion? Ill thoughts, sir. We have fallen on hard times. The ground keeps shaking, things keep exploding. The people are scared, and they've forgotten all about their duty. And that's when those Emperor Fogme preachers came. They started driving everyone up. Sure enough, we shot a few, but they just kept coming, more and more of them. Who are you anyway? Sergeant Lassa Malgar, sir, 11th generation loyal soldier of House Winterscale, awarded 3 commendation for faultless service. Ever since the olden days, his lordship the rogue trader has recruited soldiers and shipwrights on Rykad Minoris, so there is no greater honor for a Rykadian than serving his lordship with diligence. You are doing fine work, Malagar, and so are your troops. It's people like you that hold the Imperium together. I live to serve. The sergeant's eyes are gleaming with pride. His expression is that of genuine happiness. Do you happen to know if a member of the Inquisition has come here? At the word Inquisition, the sergeant's face clears with awe. I don't know, sir. There definitely haven't been any visitors like that on my watch. You might have inquired the headquarters, your lordship. I am going to see the governor. If I may report, sir, as long as the rebels keep shooting their damned anti-aircraft battery, there is absolutely no way to shuttle you to the governor. It would have to be on foot, and the streets are dangerous. I have no one to send with you as escort. I assigned all available troops to accompany the esteemed tech priest to the governor. I will cast orders to them to wait for you, and I inform headquarters they better send out a convoy to meet you halfway. Meanwhile, we will follow the governor's orders and hold the line here. So we have a tech priest here. He might want to leave with us. Idira frowns as her gaze grows distant, as if she's looking through the sergeant. You are a good soldier, but you've got a lot of blood on your hands. Both yours and others. You know the same hand that salutes now might falter in darkness. Rank and epaulettes won't save you from the bitterness. Pardon me, my lady, but I can't get my head around these fancy words you're saying. I've seen plenty of blood, but trust me, I fight till my last drop. What tech priest? A very important person from the Adeptus Mechanicus arrived on the last shuttle before they locked down the sky. He kept on asking whether anyone by the name of Amarant or Amarnath or something like that had recently arrived. Barely answered any of our questions, though. Said he was under no obligation to tell us anything. He demanded to talk to the governor personally, so I had to send a quarter of my troops with him to keep trouble at bay. Is the path ahead dangerous? What exactly awaits me there? Nothing good, the sergeant sighs heavily. Those bastards will shoot anyone walking the streets. Our own troops were ordered to fire without warning. You better move with caution, sir. On top of everything else, we mined the streets when we were pulling out. Logic tests it. His remarks about mines lodged itself in your memory. More than anything, you will need to watch the ground and not your surroundings. You would rather risk a shot from a rebel or a jittery soldier than experience a few handful of lethal fractional resist resting on top of some 300 grams of explosive pissaline. Let's flatter him, because we can be mean to him, but then we will not inspire. We'll evoke his ire, and I like him praise them, so he will help us willingly. Something that a certain Inquisitor Ravener would do. You are a good soldier, Malagar. I will see that your heroism is noted. The sergeant blushes slightly. I live to serve. Another explosion interrupts the sergeant first. With a sigh of relief, he turns to his soldiers and spits out a blooming series of commands. On your travels, you will hear rumors. Those of them that are deserving the rogue trader's attention are logged in a separate section of the journal. Sometimes rumors are just that. Other times there is truth to them, and in some cases there may be even more. To verify a rumor, travel to the place indicated in the rumor's description. By traversing the Chronos Expanse as the rogue trader, you are bound to hear rumors regarding your own deeds and exploits, some of which reflect the reaction of the Expanse denizens to choices you have made. Let's check. Lord Rykad is a powerful and mysterious figure. The pivot role in the Chronos Expanse. His power is so great. Okay, that's nothing. So, the starport. Yeah, we have to destroy the anti-aircraft battery and reach the upper way. Let's check the map. Streets of the capital. Oh, and all the loot is highlighted. That's too bad. The grand battle for receiving Eastern guests is buried under the rubble.
I always have a backup plan.
Ah, there's the goods.
Keep your wits about you. Rise to the top, or get left in the dust. You will beg for mercy, but I will grant none.
I'll turn you into corpse starch.
Got quite a few rebels here with quite high wounds. Okay, they're moving here because we are a sniper. Put the sister into full cover. And Idira and Adelard are going there. Oh, they are shooting each other. That's nice. Can we skip the turn? Seems we can't. Then let's use the run and gun.
I'll do it. Guided by faith.
Oh, I think that cover can be destroyed.
Faith faith without deeds is worthless. Why I was toast.
That was a good one. 69 for that. Let's shoot him.
Eradicated.
Nice work, sister. And what was that? Heroes recital. Oh, she dodged. Okay. Doesn't have any other weapons set. We have to arm Adelard with something else. Can we charge? Yes, we can charge.
Indeed.
And now we cannot finish him,
I will
unfortunately.
do my duty.
You can't move here.
Cover me. No can do. On it.
Okay, and can you light him up? Yes. Oh wow! Okay. At least take out this guy.
Was
And the forewarning on the sister.
anything else?
Let's
I'll see to it personally.
expose weakness. Wow. I bet this is because the cover. But managed to hit.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Faith shields me from the ashes. I will rise.
Just a minor setback.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
There are no line of sights. Reloaded. Well, we messed this up.
Oh, careful now.
cannot run, so let's
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
move
At
that.
your beck and call.
Use the Endure. And unfortunately that's it. These guys has low. She exposes herself, I know that. Let's
But of course,
put that on him. Forewarning
on it.
self.
That is not my destiny.
Target is too far.
I'm not so sure. Will do.
you
What
kill
an
him?
unfortunate turn of fate.
On it.
Exposing
Who
the
if not
weakness.
me? I'll make it happen.
Get him. Louder.
I will avenge you.
Traumas. Once a character has suffered a certain number of injuries, these injuries are replaced with trauma. Make use of medkits in time to treat injuries to avoid characters suffering traumas. Removing traumas is a more difficult task. They can only be healed by resting on the ship or in certain places suitable for rest.
Blessed be the hand of the healer. This is unacceptable.
Alright, then the Celestial will heal him.
Rejoice in battle!
Heal her. But he's out of medpacks. Can we put a medpack?
I'm
Yeah.
not interested. Someone else can do this.
Damn. Okay, we made a lot of tactical mistakes here. And that's the last rebel gunner. We remain cover.
From the cold prison, our Emperor, deliver us.
Don't you dare leave us now!
The character has lost consciousness, their wounds have been reduced to zero. The character can no longer participate in combat, nor can they be resuscitated by any means. They will be regained conscious after the battle and receive a trauma, which can be healed by resting on the ship or in certain other places suitable for rest. Warden Adelard, you had to run.
My place is at the fore.
And I don't have line of sight. That bastard. What?
Time to redouble our efforts.
Okay, first thing first. That means crippled leg. You need another set of weapons. Can you use last gun? You can, so you will. And
That's not the Seneschal's job.
we increase your toughness. Mesh chest plate. What's that? Replace chest plate. Okay, I think we will be better off with this one, and that's true for us as well. Dogmatic follower. She's dogmatic, so X 7. I think she needs a close combat weapon and a pistol. Shock baton. Okay, what's that? Okay, equip him with that. And I think you can use shotgun from close quarters. So let's take a shotgun. Okay, now we might be more effective in the next battle. And we have to be more tactical. Blind man. Eyes, my eyes, have you got them? Please give them back to me. Even just one, please. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. And we have a lot of cargo here. Blind mad woman. What? Rebel gunner. Scrappy gun. Let's collect them. Maybe we can sell. Oh, those were the scrappy las guns. Okay.
Rush not dawdle.
We have rebels here. Can we shoot at them? Can we initiate a fight?
Miscalculations are for commoners. I don't make mistakes. I make profitable...
I'm restless.
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
Okay.
I will take you down.
She moves last. Let me put her up here. The Celestial. Oh my Emperor. That's a lot. We might do green for this. And I think Idira should be standing there.
Brace yourself, Adelard.
You are really shitty with that weapon.
It will be done.
Strike at the Emperor's faithful.
What?
This wound will make a fine scar.
Ministration is a holy task.
We can't see that guy. We can't. Oh. Let's shoot at them.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
At least one kill. At least they are shooting at each other.
It's as good as done.
No can do.
Target is too far. Okay, girl, how far you can go? I'm fear if you go there, you are dead. But would you? Yeah.
There is movement in the Empyrean. Was But of course.
Okay, fingers crossed. What? Damn. I didn't mean
Victory
to
is
do
imminent.
that.
It will be done. At your beck and call.
I'll do it. I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. Doubt is for the weak.
Nice. And we have this one. Okay. Okay.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Oh no. I want to shoot.
I will not.
Damn.
I'll see to it personally.
Let's expose weakness.
On it. I'll make it happen.
And now shoot him.
That is not my destiny.
And go in cover. And we can hit that man. No. But we may have line of sight. Those. Okay.
I know what is to come. Will do.
My ears are ringing.
Yeah, I would like to avoid that, but it is what it is.
I'm not so sure.
Put it on her. Let's charge, because that way we can attack twice.
Indeed. Watch to a target. I will do my duty.
Oh, we can do a heroic act.
In thy light I stand, and thy light I crave. As the Emperor commands, I act.
We should have fired a burst.
I'll do it. Guided by faith.
8%. Why?
Right.
But we hit. That's all that it matters. And we can still shooting.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. Doubt is for the weak.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Who if not me?
Exposing
I'll see
weakness.
to it personally.
And we know the plan.
On it.
It would be nice to have a healing see.
They who discern the future on the battlefield.
Can we screen him? I think we can.
Anything else? What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Oh, not like this.
Another voice to join the choir.
Damn!
I don't need luck. I have strategy.
Oh damn, Can we scream?
Not this Scryer's job.
Can we scream now?
No can do.
Don't let your guard down. I'll see to it personally. I'll make it happen.
Cover me!
Oh hell yeah, need those large medkits. Okay, that's good. Open the door with the melter charge. Do we want to do that? I don't know. The turret was placed in a great hurry, but the Technobot never had a chance to activate it. Okay guys, I think this is for now. We call this an episode, and if you like what you see, please like, subscribe and comment down below. I obviously messed up battle tactics, I'm still learning it. And I see you in the next one. Bye.